Have you ever felt it? That moment when you're drawing closer to God, pouring your heart out in sincere prayer, and suddenly something shifts. Just when you feel that divine connection, a wave of thoughts crashes in, pulling you away. Out of nowhere, an intense sexual urge hits you like a tidal wave. Unwanted, uninvited, and so overwhelming it catches you off guard. It's not just a fleeting thought, it's a heat that invades your body, a distraction that feels almost personal. If you've experienced this, listen closely, because this isn't just about hormones, your past, or random chance. This runs deeper. It's a spiritual trap, an ancient tactic crafted with precision, and its target is clear: your divine purpose. Welcome to Divinedrive, where we uncover the truth to fuel your spiritual journey. Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal will change how you see this fight forever. Let's be real. This isn't something we talk about openly, even in spiritual circles. But it's real, and it's happening to more people than you think. You're not alone, and you're not imagining it. The enemy doesn't waste energy on those who are already off track, drifting through life without purpose. He doesn't bother with those who pose no threat to his plans. No, he goes after the chosen ones, those with light in their eyes, fire in their soul, and a calling that shakes the spiritual realm. You're a target because you carry something divine, something that threatens the darkness. If the enemy can influence your thoughts little by little, he can silence the voice of your calling. This isn't just temptation, it's a calculated attack to sabotage what God is building in your spirit. Think about it. Have you ever wondered why this temptation feels so tailor-made? Like it knows exactly where to hit you, exploiting your deepest wounds, your moments of loneliness, or that one trigger you thought you'd overcome. That's because it does. The enemy isn't throwing random punches in the dark. He studies you. He watches your history, your family line, your emotional patterns. He knows the weight of what you carry, a purpose so powerful that if you fully awaken, hell loses ground. You weren't born to blend in. There's something in you that vibrates differently, something sacred. That's why your battles feel more intense, why the fire keeps coming, why the attacks hit harder. You're not just anyone. You're a threat, and the enemy knows it. Here's a truth few people talk about. This temptation is like a spiritual algorithm, custom designed to exploit every crack in your soul. Not because you're weak, but because you're dangerous. Your purity isn't just a choice, it's a sign from heaven. When you walk in purity, your connection with God sharpens. Your steps become bold, your words carry weight, and you shift atmospheres. But when you stumble into secret sin, that spiritual frequency gets distorted. You start second-guessing yourself, delaying decisions, confusing guilt with condemnation. What once ignited your spirit begins to fade. A distracted chosen one is a delayed chosen one, and that's the enemy's real trap. He doesn't come with a fight. He comes dressed as comfort, as relief. But behind that fleeting pleasure, there's a plan to disconnect you from the fire within. Let's go deeper. Sexual desire itself isn't the enemy. God placed that flame in you, a sacred gift meant for deep connection, wholehearted intimacy, and the creation of life. When experienced at the right time within a covenant, it's beautiful, powerful, almost divine. But the enemy twists what's holy. He ignites that flame in the wrong places, in secrecy, in fantasy, in isolation. Instead of warming your soul, it wounds you. Instead of blessing you, it burns. Desire is a door, and every door leads somewhere. It can lead to peace, purpose, and presence, or it can pull you into a cycle of shame and emptiness. Each time you give in, even in a harmless moment, a click, a thought you linger on, you're not just indulging, you're opening a spiritual door. A strange energy takes root in your thoughts, emotions, even your dreams. That's why after the pleasure fades, you feel that heaviness, like you've lost something sacred. Because you have. It's not just a release, it's a trade. Here's a story to make this real. Imagine Sarah, a young woman with a heart for worship. Every time she leads others in prayer, she feels God's presence so strongly it moves people to tears. But right before her biggest moments, leading a retreat, speaking at church, that same temptation hits. An old memory surfaces, or a random image flashes on her screen. She fights it, but the guilt lingers, whispering, "You're not worthy to lead." She almost quits, thinking she's too broken. But then she learns the truth. These attacks come because her calling is powerful. The enemy isn't after her past, he's terrified of her future. Sarah's story isn't unique, it's yours too. Your battles are proof you're marked for something greater. So why do these attacks spike right before your breakthrough? Because the enemy senses when heaven is moving. When you commit to fasting, prayer, or seeking God more deeply, it's like the spiritual atmosphere trembles. He knows you're on the verge of a divine encounter. a level of intimacy with God that only a clean heart can reach. So he pulls out his oldest weapon, the flesh. If he can trap you there, he can delay what's yours. Notice the pattern. You declare, "This time I'm serious about my faith," and suddenly an old fling texts you. You pray for breakthrough and an unwanted urge overtakes you. You're about to step into your calling and confusion peaks. This isn't coincidence, it's spiritual resistance. The pressure rises just before the promise, the temptation screams before transformation. But here's the good news. You're not broken and you're not alone. This battle isn't to destroy you, it's to shape you. Your greatest weakness is your training ground where God will turn your pain into power. So how do you fight? First, fasting. It's like hitting the mute button on the flesh and amplifying the spirit. When you fast, you tell your body, you don't call the shots, and tell heaven, "I'm ready to go deeper." Some chains only break when fasting enters the picture. It's not punishment, it's alignment. Second, community. Shame loves isolation, but vulnerability is a weapon. Find a trusted friend, mentor, or pastor and bring your struggle into the light. When you stop hiding, the enemy's power weakens. Third, speak truth. When that voice whispers, "You're too far gone," declare, "I am a new creation. Grace found me and I'm still standing." The Holy Spirit's whisper carries more authority than the enemy's loudest lie. Let's talk about what's at stake. The enemy isn't just after your body, he's after your clarity, your spiritual vision. If he can blur your focus, he delays your destiny. But when you reclaim your purity, you reclaim your power. Imagine a version of you, same passion, same intensity, but fully aligned, free from guilt, driven by purpose. That version exists in God's heart, and you're fighting to become it. Your calling isn't just about you. You're meant to break generational cycles, release freedom, and lead others to the light. The enemy knows this, which is why he's so desperate to stop you. Here's a final truth to light a fire in you. This war was never meant to end you, it's your becoming. Every fall, every tear, every night you felt unworthy was proof something sacred lives in you. You're not weak, you're chosen. You're not failing, you're growing. The same spirit that raised Jesus from the dead lives in you. If that power is in you, you don't just survive, you transform the battlefield. You're a threat to hell, and it's time to walk like it. So do your soul a favor. Comment below with bold faith, "My soul is not for sale." Say it like all of hell is listening, because it is. If this spoke to your heart, like it, share it, send it to every chosen one you know. Subscribe to Divinedrive and join us as we ignite your purpose with truth that sets you free. This is your moment, your awakening, your rise. Now go make hell regret the day it ever came after you.